Alright, so I got a Honda Grom, as you can see, and alright, so I got a 2024 Honda Grom, the white ABS version. I got it so I could, travel around in my bus full-time, park at national forests, off way in the woods somewhere deep, and if I needed to run out to the grocery store or just, grab something to eat, I wouldn't have to take my whole bus. This will provide me a way that I could just hop on my Grom and travel to the grocery store or whatnot, whatever I need. And so I got a hitch mounted to the back of my bus, which I'll show, but this will be right up on it and I can take it wherever I want. So I'll be going, doing lots of exploring with it. And I'm really looking forward to it. And again, this is the white 2024 version. It's not a particularly fast bike, it's 125cc, I think like 9 horsepower, something like that. But what's really cool is it gets 138 claimed miles per hour. I'm sorry, miles per gallon. I'm getting about 120 right now, but I only have 50 miles on the Grom. There's supposed to be like a 300-mile break-in period where it should become more efficient. That being said, the tank is like 1.6 gallons, so I should easily be able to hit 200 miles per fill-up, which on a bike like this is fantastic. And so that is what I am gonna, the plan for this is. I'm not going to go into, the details of, what a Grom is. You can look up any other video for that, but I've been wanting a Groms for years now, since I was in college, which was like, halfway through college, so like 6 years ago. I was wanting a Grom. Never got one, mainly because, I was still living at my parents' house, and basically, you hear all the horror stories about people on bikes, and they said, not wow, I'm living in the house. And I am actually still living in the house right now while I build out my bus, but they kind of understood that, hey, I'm gonna get the Grom at some point, so might as well learn on it before I'm forced to ride it all the time. So I still have my car that I can drive around, go on places that I'm not comfortable yet on the Grom. And so this is actually only my second time out on the bike, like on the street. I got the Grom about 3 weeks ago. Right when I got it though, that weekend I went up to New Jersey for a wedding, so I didn't get to like practice on it at all. And then the week I came back, I took the driver's course and tests, all that goes along with that. And then I took my Grom out one time since then, drove around, and it's got 50 miles on it. I picked it up when it was at 1 mile, so don't know where the mile came from, just riding it around, bringing it into shops, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm super happy with it. I've ridden it 50 miles so far. I'm just trying to get it through the the break-in period and everything. I'm supposed to take it easy on it a bit. There are some things I want to do with it, like mod wise, mostly cosmetic. If you can see, there used to be handlebars up at the front, not handlebars, mirrors up the front here. I actually already got rid of those. That was the first thing I did, because to be honest, they're worthless. The way they were positioned was you couldn't even see behind you. They were just positioned in the way that, you know, I just stared at my chest. There was no way around it. I could tilt them all the way to the sides, but then you couldn't even see behind you, and I'd still be seeing mostly just my arm. So got rid of those and got some bar end mirrors, and so got rid of those. I also have these big blinkers up at the front that kind of just look like, I don't know, big wings or something, that I want to get rid of and get some flush mount ones. And then I also want to get rid of the back fender. I'm just really big and ugly. So yeah, I want to get rid of that, and I'll probably put on like a wheelie bar. Not that I really care to do wheelies, but I want another tie down point for when it's on the back of my bus, and right now there's no tie down point for the back of my Grom. So that's why I want that for the back. And it looks way cooler with it, to be honest. So yeah, that's why I plan to get that. And then, you know, there are some more performance / cosmetic ones, like getting a new exhaust. That'll make it sound a little bit better. Like right now it sounds like a moped, but that's expensive, to be honest. And it'll gain me like 2 miles an hour, maybe a little bit faster, you know, off the line speed, but stuff that I don't really care about. I think it would make it sound a lot cooler. However, you know, the Grom, the whole purpose I got it for was for my bus and riding it around in that, you know, scenario. And so if I got something that was a lot louder and I'm riding through places where there's other people sleeping, other people camping, I think I might leave it stock. It will keep it quieter. And so I don't have to, you know, worry about messing with people as much. I might add a different air intake to boost performance, and just not to do the exhaust. Usually people will do both, or the exhaust and not the air intake, but I think I might do the air intake and not the exhaust, just for sound purposes, keeping it quieter for everyone. Yeah, but those are all down the line. They're nothing I need right now. At the very least, I'm gonna get the Grom through the break-in period, which is 300 miles, before doing any of the performance mods. I might get the wheelie bar in the back pretty soon, but I haven't fully decided on that yet. And so this Grom, like, I've gotten it up to like 55 miles an hour. I can get it to that comfortably. I hit 58 on it. I have a feeling I'll be able to, once the break-in is done, hit 60 comfortably on it. But, you know, that's about the max it'll go. People say if they tuck down real low, they can, you know, hit 60, 65, but that's on like a long, open, flat stretch. I can get up to 50, 55 actually pretty quick, like as quick as the cars can around me, which is what I'm happy about. Anything past that, you know, it's like, it takes a while to gain each mile per hour past that. So yeah, it's not, you know, it's not a highway bike, it's a cruising bike, great miles per gallon, everything like that. So it's also, you know, the Grom has a cult following, which is, you know, how I learned about it. You know, if you're in the motorcycle scene at all, you've definitely seen the Honda Grom. If you're in any scene at all on YouTube, you've probably seen videos of people on their Honda Grom. And you can't avoid them. They're just everywhere. Guarantee if you live, you know, anywhere there's people riding motorcycles, in the city especially, you've seen people riding their Honda Grom. So nah, it's a great bike. They're sold at they're, I think they're either the most sold motorcycle in the world, or they're like number 2 or 3. They're just everywhere. They're not exactly the cheapest. You can get a bike with a similar size engine, you know, same speeds. Like Honda makes like other ones with the same size engine in them, and you can get them for like around $3,000 new. This bike I got for $5,000 new. MSRP on them, people say I spent too much, is like $3,800 before destination, so let's just say $4,000. So most people say I paid $1,000 in dealership fees, which correct, I basically did. But people say you can't do that. They don't understand how it works. You know, there's demand, and so they can charge that. And the same people who saying I shouldn't pay that are the same people who are selling their Groms used for MSRP, and the reasoning is avoid dealership fees. Well, I'd rather buy a new one with good warranties and everything. And yeah, so this place is closed. I was gonna go see some gators. Oh, that's a bummer. I guess I can get off and, you know, show you what the bike looks like. But yeah, this is the Honda Grom. Super clean. I like it a lot. This is the fender at the back. I'm probably gonna get rid of. And then I'll just have like a wheelie bar, white wheelie bar at the back that I can, you know, throw some ratchet straps on and bolt it down. That way I'll have, you know, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, so if one snaps for God knows what reason, it won't just tip to one side or the other. But yeah, so I mean, I paid like $5,000 for this. People in other states, you know, other than Florida, will, you know, say they got their bikes for $4,500 out the door, which I totally believe. You know, that's like a what, $500 dealership fee basically, and you can't avoid dealership fees nowadays. But here in Florida, the market is crazy, and so most people, I called around to everyone, and you know, everywhere I looked, the dealership fees were like, I'm sorry, the out-the-door price was like $5,500 to $6,000. I called everyone like a 200-mile radius. These people, Tampa Power Sports, you know, I got it from them for $5,000. Tampa's like an hour and a half away from my house, so it's still a decent drive. And so I went and got a hitch for the bike, and so I could throw it on the back of my car, because I wasn't going to drive the Grom home from that. But yeah, I mean, that was honestly the best deal I found anywhere, which is why I jumped on it. And it was a 2024 version. You really can't find the 2024 version many places yet, especially the ABS version. I was wanting the ABS, but honestly, more so I was wanting it in white. So I got the white Grom. The other options for 2024, I think one's an orange one. I don't remember what the other color options were. But yeah, here it is. Probably my favorite thing to do now is just ride around and cruise. But yeah, so I'm just gonna keep cruising. I'm probably gonna turn on some music and just cruise for a while. Explore. I haven't explored down left before. Apparently it's a dead end. I'm gonna go explore it and, you know, figure it out. I got a cool, you know, Cardo system for my helmet. And so I got JBL speakers in my headset, so I'm just gonna listen to music and cruise for a while. Oh wow, this was a quick dead end. Okay. Didn't mean to do that. And again, I am completely new to motorcycle riding, so guaranteed I will make a lot of mistakes for shifting, downshifting, whatnot. I never had a dirt bike or anything that had to shift before, cars, nothing like that. I've had four-wheelers in the past, but they were all had an automatic transmission, so I didn't have to shift any of them. But there are other options like the Grom where I don't have to, where they have an automatic transmission. But I wanted to go with something. I just like the Grom, to be honest. It has a bit more power than those ones with the automatic transmission. I've always wanted the Grom, and I like to learn how to shift the stuff. To be honest, that mistake back there, I haven't made that mistake before, but wasn't paying attention and downshifting instead of upshifting. So it is what it is. But that's the great thing about the Grom though too. It's super beginner friendly. Like any mistake you make, like it's not going to throw you off your bike. You're not going to, you know, flip it over on yourself. You're not going to damage the engine. It's just I'm not going to call it beefy, but it's kind of indestructible. If you do manage to break it somehow, you can repair it by yourself for extremely cheap. Because the Grom is so popular, it is there are infinite amount of mods and, you know, performance accessories you can get for it, and things like basically every part of the engine you can replace with a newer, better part from some fancy Japanese company or something like that. But I'm not going to probably replace anything until they break or something. But then again, very rarely do things break on this bike, so who knows. I may replace stuff just for fun. But this is a cool area. I've actually never driven down this area before. I'm kind of disappointed I wasn't able to go to that black hammock area. I was going to find some gators because near Lake Jessup, and I could go see, we got alligators basically all over down here. And that lake I was trying to go to is the most alligator populated lake in the world. Per, like, I think it's like square foot or whatnot. There's the most gators in that. But yeah, man, what are these guys doing? They're walking in the middle of nowhere, just down the street. I've never been on this road. This is great. There's like a bunch of palm trees there. One lane road, no one behind me. I can just cruise. I might be coming out here more. To be honest, this is probably one of the earliest I've actually come out and ridden my Grom. Usually I ride my Grom at night, which I guess has only been the one other time, but I really enjoy night riding, just like I enjoy night driving. I drive my car all over at night just because no one's on the road. I can just sit back, cruise, listen to music, and yeah, I mean, I really enjoy night riding. Alright, I think I should probably... I'm getting online, playing some games with some friends later today. So I'm probably gonna get ready to do that. I need to just make a U-turn. I don't actually know what the speed limit is of this road. I haven't really seen. There was a back there, like where I just turned around, it said 25, but like I haven't seen a speed limit sign for this whole section. So I'd say going like 35 is a pretty safe bet for anywhere. But I have a car in front of me now, so I'll just keep up with them. It's a cute dog. I don't have any dogs right now, but I grew up with dogs. We had a Black Lab Whippet mix, great dog, super friendly and smart, and then we had 2 Golden Doodles at the same time. Man, I love Golden Doodles. That one back there was a, you know, white Golden Doodle. They got all the benefits of the hair from a poodle, and they have the personality of a Golden Retriever, which there's a reason Golden Retrievers are the most, you know, I'd say they're probably the most popular dog. You know, they're great dogs. I'd love to get another one, but maybe someday when I'm living in my bus. But I don't know if I get a Golden Doodle. You know, they're great house dogs, family dogs, but I think if I got a pet for living in my bus, I might do something more like an Aussie, or maybe an Aussie Doodle. I like the dogs mixed with the poodles just for, you know, hair not shedding. You know, I have to get them cut more, but that's, you know, part of it. Just not having to shed and not have to deal with all that hair everywhere is super nice. But an Aussie would, you know, handle going on long hikes and everything more than a Golden Doodle would. They're just more energetic and probably would be better suited for that life. But then again, if I'm, you know, in my bus a lot, probably the Golden Doodle would be better. So man, this is just so nice. I love driving around like this. It's just so comfortable. The first time I went out, so I had to get gloves for, you know, doing my driving tests. One of the required things you had, and I didn't really understand why, to be honest, because like gloves, like the bottom side of them is like super soft, so like it's not saving you from a fall or anything. I guess it's a little bit of a skin barrier or whatnot. But then after I got my my endorsement, I went out, you know, riding that one night. Oh, I didn't bring my gloves, and my hands were so sweaty and like slipping all over my handlebars. Like I couldn't hold the throttle well. Like I was just like sweating all over the place. And that's when I realized why the gloves are so nice. And so now I'm definitely riding with my gloves. That person's got the wrong blinker on. But yeah, I got these gloves, so it actually makes riding way more comfortable. I know a lot of people are going to say, why are you riding in a t-shirt? Yeah, bad idea. But riding in Florida with, you know, 90-degree weather, 80% humidity with a, you know, leather jacket on, I think I would fall over from heat exhaustion is what would actually happen with that. This riding with, you know, closed-toe shoes, jeans on, gloves, helmet, whatnot. Yeah, my arms are a bit exposed, but you know, it makes it way more comfortable, enjoyable. If I rode with a leather jacket on, I probably wouldn't ride, to be honest. It would just be incredibly miserable. So that's why I ride like this. I'm going about 50 right now, 47. There's cops that sit up here, so I'm gonna slow down a bit. It's 40 miles an hour is the speed limit. You know, this is my first time recording something in the helmet with the old GoPro. This is a GoPro Hero 4, so I'm not expecting a ton out of it because, you know, it's an old GoPro. It's all I had. But, you know, I'm curious to see what the wind noise is like in this. I had You know, I can feel all the wind, and I got a helmet that is great, that gets a lot of airflow, so my, you know, I don't fog up or anything like that. But I gotta see how that works with the mic. I might need to adjust the mic placement, or maybe close some of the airflow pieces when I'm riding. We'll see though. One issue I actually have with my Grom is it is extremely hard to trigger any stoplights. So I was riding at night the other day, and I went to 4 different stoplights trying to turn left, and I couldn't. I'm trying to turn my mic down. There we go. I'm sorry, my music down. Yeah, I couldn't turn left. I couldn't trigger any of the weight sensors. You know, the Grom weighs 200, maybe I think 220 pounds. Then me on it, I'm about 100 pounds. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't trigger any weight sensors, so I ended up just having to turn right and going down and finding a place where I could make a U-turn. And so I ended up having to drive like a mile before I could turn around and head home. Real annoying, to be honest, but I didn't really have another option. I mean, I could have just, it was late at night and there were 0 other cars, and so I guess I could have maybe just tried to go, but I didn't want to risk it. There's cops all over the place around here. But yeah, I mean, during the day I don't really have that problem. You know, there's enough drivers around that, you know, I pull up to turn left and a car comes up right behind me, or I'm behind another car who triggers it. So it's not really a big deal during the day, but if I go night riding like I enjoy, basically I have to go to, you know, the center of the road and make a U-turn where permitted, just because I can't do it anywhere else. So it's interesting, actually. I got a video coming for my bus. I'll show my hitch that I got installed, and so that took like a week because that was at, you know, a welder to get that welded on. But then I also got my ceiling done for my bus, and I installed the lights. The lights aren't currently working because I don't have power, but I purchased a converter off of Amazon so I can actually run the lights while I'm working on it, since I don't have 12 volt, and so I'll be able to run it off of 120 volt. But yeah, so I got the ceiling up. I used PVC board just so a bit more expensive, but I don't have to worry about wood warping or, you know, mold or anything like that. So went with that, got it up. It actually looks pretty nice. I was thinking I was going to have to do like trim pieces in between the boards, but actually it came out so nice that I don't know if I'll do the trim pieces. I still may. I'm not sure yet. There's only like one board that like didn't line up completely flush. So yeah, well, I'll see what I do there. Let's see what it looks like when I get all the lights turned on and working. But yeah, super nice thing about that PVC board is I can wash it with just straight water, like Mr. Clean Sponge, and don't have to worry about it at all. Just because, you know, what it is. Doesn't matter what I wash it with. Why is my phone still on? Having this speaker in my helmet now is so nice. I can take calls, I can hear my GPS, and the music is super crisp and clear. And I can still hear, you know, traffic. Everyone's always like, oh, but you can't hear traffic. Can you hear it in your car when you're driving? Like, so, yeah, I mean, I can still hear traffic unless I'm blaring it to the point where my eardrums are breaking. I need to adjust my mirrors. I just put those mirrors on, but they're currently not positioned right. But to be honest, most people just remove the mirrors on the Grom just because they're ugly and they don't put new ones on. But legally, you're supposed to have them on, and so I'm just electing to not get pulled over. So even if they're not really that functional, I won't get in trouble for having the mirrors. So that's super nice. I forgot to, see, that's the one thing I do. I forget to shift down when I come to a stop sometimes, and so then it takes me a little bit to I have to like roll myself back and forth at a stoplight to actually get myself to shift if I forget to do it when I'm coming up to the stop. That's just, you know, muscle memory. That's something I'll start remembering. So yeah, right there I had to roll my bike back and forth just to get it to shift down a bit. That was a nice, you know, 10-mile ride. I was just going out to take a quick ride. I got my phone mount, I got the new mirrors on. Haven't ridden my bike in a while just because it's been raining a lot. But yeah. So I just want to do a quick ride and go home, getting on a game with some friends here. Oh, another thing I might do, I might replace the stock tires. People say the stock tires on these are really bad, especially for any type of rain. They're rock hard and they'll last basically forever. But there she is. There's the beautiful bus. But yeah, I mean, they're just way too slick. And so, being in Florida where, you know, it rains all day, every day, basically, I need something that is good for the rain. But good stuff.